My name is Lauren, and today I will be explaining how to find radian and degree measures. Let's get started. First, I will explain some important terminology or vocabulary you will need in order to understand how to find radian and degree measures within the unit circle. First, we have the measure of an angle, which is the amount of rotation required to rotate from an initial to a terminal side. Next, we have an initial ray, which is where an angle starts, and a terminal ray is where an angle ends. As you can see within this 55-degree angle, this side right here along the x-axis is considered the initial ray or the initial side. This side right here is considered the terminal side or the terminal ray, as it is where the angle ends. Now we can talk about positive and negative measure within a unit circle. A positive measure is when you rotate counterclockwise within the unit circle, and a negative measure is when you rotate clockwise. As you can see, this rotation within the unit circle would be considered a positive measure, as you are moving counterclockwise within the unit circle. This rotation, however, would be considered a negative measure, as you are moving clockwise within the unit circle. Additionally, we also have a standard position within the unit circle when it comes to measuring radians and degrees. This is considered when you have a vertex at the origin and the initial ray is on the x-axis. Standard position can be seen in this angle as you have an initial ray on the x-axis right here, and you have a vertex at the origin or at a coordinate of 0, 0, meaning that is the standard position for radian and degree measure within a unit circle. Now we are going to do a quick example trying to convert radians into degrees and degrees into radians. First, we will start off with 2 pi over 5, converting it from radians to degrees. To do this, we will multiply 2 pi over 5 by 180 degrees over pi. This allows the pi's to be canceled out, therefore allowing us to get 360 degrees or a full rotation within a unit circle over 5. Therefore giving us 72 degrees. Next, we will convert negative 12 degrees into radians. This can be done by taking negative 12 degrees and multiplying it by pi over 180 degrees. Now you can simplify the negative 12 and the 180 degrees, making 12 1 and 180 degrees 15. Therefore giving you negative 1 over 15 pi. We interchangeably switch the 180 degrees and pi upon itself depending on the conversion factors between going from radian to degree or degree to radian due to us trying to cancel out either pi or a number as seen within the degrees. So if you have a radian and you start with a radian, you will obviously want to cancel out the pi in order to get degrees. Although if you start with degrees, you want to have a pi in order to get radians. Now I will go over a little bit more vocabulary in order to better understand the unit circle and the different components of trying to find radian and degree measures. To add on to the vocabulary, we have a full rotation, which is a rotation of 360 degrees or 2 pi. We have a half rotation, which is a rotation of 180 degrees or pi. We also have coterminal angles, which are formed by different rotations within the same initial and terminal sides. We also have quadrantal angles, which are angles whose terminal sides land on an x-axis. We also have complementary angles, which are 2 positive angles that add up to be 90 degrees. Additionally, we have supplementary angles, which are 2 positive angles that add up to be 180 degrees. In the circle, you can see that this would be a full rotation. This would be considered a half rotation. As you can see, these two angles would be coterminal angles, as they have the same initial and terminal sides. We also have complementary angles, which can be seen here as 60 degrees and 30 degrees add up to be 90 degrees. And supplementary angles can be seen here as you have a 135-degree angle and a 45-degree angle, which both add up to be 180 degrees. Now I will be giving some examples. The first question is, find the measure of 4 angles in standard position, 2 positive and 2 negative angles, from the coterminal to the given angle. The first angle we will be working with is 20 degrees. In order to solve this problem, we will take 360 degrees and add it to 20 degrees, which will therefore give us 380 degrees, which we can then again add to 360 degrees in order to get 740 degrees. Within this equation, we now have two answers traveling in the positive direction. In order to find the negative coterminal angles, we will take 20 degrees, subtract it from 360 degrees in order to get negative 340 degrees. We can therefore subtract 360 degrees from negative 340 degrees again in order to give us negative 700 degrees, which again gives us two solutions for negative angles within this coterminal angle. We use 360 degrees in order to find the coterminal angles for 20 degrees because it is a full rotation within a circle. So no matter what angle you are using, in this instance 20 degrees, no matter where you are within the unit circle, if we are able to add 360 degrees and another 20 degrees, it will give us the same terminal angle that we have for the 20 degrees. With that being said, if we had this 20-degree angle, we could see that the 380 degrees is a full rotation plus an additional 20 degrees. The 740 degrees is two full rotations with an additional 20 degrees. The same thing would go for the negative 340 degrees and the negative 700 degrees. Our next problem is find the complementary and supplementary angles of 4 pi over 5. The first thing we need to remember is that complementary angles are 90 degrees or pi over 2, and supplementary angles are 180 degrees or pi. In order to solve this problem, we will take 4 pi over 5 plus an unknown is equal to pi over 2, as pi over 2 is the complementary angle we are trying to solve for in order to get the unknown. In order to solve for this, we will take pi over 2 and subtract it by 4 pi over 5, therefore allowing 4 pi over 5 to be canceled on the left and for it to be moved to the right. Therefore, we now have an unknown equals 5 pi over 10 minus 18 pi over 10. Then we therefore get negative 3 pi over 10, which is not possible. Next, we will solve for the supplementary angle within this solution. So the case would be unknown plus 4 pi over 5 is equal to pi. We will therefore subtract 4 pi over 5 from each side, therefore canceling the 4 pi over 5 on the left and moving it to the right. Therefore meaning we will have 5 pi over 5 minus 4 pi over 5, which is therefore equal to pi over 5. We can then take and multiply 180 degrees over pi to the pi over 5 in order to give us the degrees, which in this case would be 36 degrees. We also know that 144 degrees would be an additional answer, as 144 degrees plus 36 degrees is equal to 180 degrees, meaning both of these added together are our supplementary angles. That is it for this section of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.